The Explorers are the antagonists of Pokemon Horizons. They're already proving to be some of the best villains in the series, and we still have so much to learn. Amicio and Spinel are absolute menaces. But what about the three new admins we just met? Onyx, Agate, and Sango have amazing character designs. And we have so much left to see of them. What secrets are these characters hiding, and what roles will they play? Let's see what we can uncover. First, a very quick recap of who the Explorers are. The organization is run by the boss, Gibeon, who is thought of as a god by the other members. His appearance is unknown and he's overall really mysterious. Hamber is the second in command and helps out Gibeon. We also don't know too much about this guy. Under them are the admins, Amicio, Spinel, and the three new characters. They pull off missions for their master Gibeon. And finally are the agents that work under the admins, characters like Konya, who works for Amicio. These ranks and members are who make up the Explorers. As of right now, they're after Liko, her pendant, and the Black Rayquaza. So now we have to talk about the three new admins. First up is Sango. We know a bit of her character from the few lines of dialogue in the episode. She mocks Spinel for his failure in an obnoxious tone and voice, maybe playing around, but overall showing what her personality is like. She's got quite a lot of bark, so hopefully she can back that up with some serious power. Sango is voiced by Ikue Otani, otherwise known as the voice of Pikachu, so her voice may be familiar to some. Her name Sango also translates from Japanese into English as the word coral, matching her hair's color, but also may hint a bit into her character. In any case, that's all the facts, so next is the speculation. First, who's her partner Pokemon gonna be? The common consensus I've seen online is Tinkaton, due to it being a Gen 9 Pokemon and also pink. And don't get me wrong, this is definitely a possibility, but I'm not so sure I agree. Think back to how I mentioned Sango's name translates to coral. Because of this, I feel it's likely she'll use a Pokemon tied to the Corsola line. She could have Johtonian Corsola, just as pink as Tinkaton is. Similar to Sango, it's cute but could have a darker side. Or alternatively, she could have Cursola, showing off her dark and emo side much more prevalently. Perish Body as an ability could play tons of tricks on the Volt Tacklers too. The next question is, when will she appear in person to try and fight and steal the pendant? Well, in the story of Horizons right now, we're on our way to Galar, and if she's using Cursola, her home turf would be a great place for her return. Since Amicio is acting on his own right now to pursue the Black Rayquaza in Galar, she could run into him and end up fighting him, messing both of them up and giving Liko and company the upper hand. I guess time will tell on this one. Also, probably irrelevant, but she is the only explorer to have a Rotom phone in her official art. Maybe she has some sort of tech-based background and will team up with Spinel? It probably means nothing though. The next explorer to discuss is Agate. I had to look up how to pronounce that, but I think I got it. In her appearance, she questions Spinel on his mission and seems to figure out he's withholding information from the rest of the team. She's blunt about her thoughts and makes sure he knows. Her name, Agate, is the name of a type of volcanic rock, which is pretty interesting. And if you didn't know, all of the explorers' names are based off rocks and such. On to the theorizing part, I'm not sure about her partner Pokemon. Her appearance makes me think of ground or rock type Pokemon, but her name being a type of volcanic rock makes me think fire types. Her belt shows 3 Pokemon, so I think she'll be like Spinel, who has one main partner and a couple other team members. I definitely could see her using a Pokemon like Volcarona, and maybe also Alolan Marowak and Golurk for her other members. She definitely seems to me like one of the strongest battlers on the Explorers. When she'll appear, I'm not sure, especially if Sango's the one that gets focused first. It could be a bit for Agate to step into the spotlight. Interestingly, I learned there's such a thing as agatized coral, a fusion of sorts between Agate and coral. And remember Sango means coral? This is just like a random type of rock I found on Wikipedia. I doubt it means literally anything relating to these characters, but hey, maybe the two girls will tag team together. Finally, here is Onyx, who simply discusses Spinel's failure and gives a suspicious glare to him. Overall, he looks depressed as heck. I almost feel bad for the guy. His name again references a type of rock, and isn't tied to the Pokemon called Onyx. Interestingly, he looks like he could be wearing some sort of wetsuit, so maybe he sticks to underwater missions or uses water types? Due to his demeanor, I don't see him using any super aggressive Pokemon, probably a slow but strong attacker such as Relicanth. Or if he's the type to wait and place traps, he could use Stunfisk. It's not a water type, but it does live underwater. Or who knows, maybe the name Onyx is a hint, and he has the Crystal Onyx from the Orange Islands. His next appearance is well into the air as well. Since he and Agate were both suspicious of Spinel, I wonder if they'd work together in some way to investigate him. Or he may just return well into the future and be just the next antagonist to steal the pendant. I'm unsure. So there are all of the new explorers, and they are really strong looking. Since Liko and everyone only beat Spinel by technicality, it begs the question of if they can even defeat all of the admins of the explorers. But I've been theorizing, and I'm pretty sure I know how the explorers will lose in the end. With Onyx and Spinel acting on their own, suspicions rising between teammates, and possibilities of internal disputes, I think their lack of teamwork and cooperation will lead the explorers to their demise. If all 5 eventually turn on each other, there's no way they can all finish a mission without getting in each other's way. And maybe that will be when and how Liko, Roy, Dot, and Freed can take the win. So there you have it, my discussion and theories on the newest villains of the Pokemon anime. Leave a comment and tell me who your favorite of the new 3 is. I like Sango a lot. In any case, thanks for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.